Alright everyone, welcome back to the top 20 Neca figures in my collection countdown, and in at number 10 it's the Jungle Hunter quarter scale figure by Neca. An absolutely incredible looking figure, very poseable, very movie accurate, absolutely stunning presence, and had to make it into the top 10. Look at the state of this thing. Absolutely stunning. Commands respect and attention from everyone who dares enter the dwellings of the night. Damn you, sir, kneel and pay your respects to the Jungle Hunter, and pray that you don't become just that to this majestic beast from outer space. Alright, that's enough of that. Number 10, beautiful piece, man. Beautiful piece. I've also got the open mandible unmasked version as well, and they did a third version with the closed mandibles without the mask on, which was, that one escaped my grasp unfortunately, but glad to have this one. If I could only have one of them, I'd have the masked version. Alright, beautiful piece. Let it come round one more time. At number 9 we have the quarter scale Freddy from part 2. Another part 2 Freddy that's made it into the top 20. I couldn't leave out the 7-inch version because it's just so movie accurate looking to me. There was no way I could leave out his quarter scale counterpart either. It's just a stunning looking piece, and I really enjoyed filming this one in the review I did, and that was quite a fun review. Check that out on the channel. Now, back when this was released pretty much. But an amazing sculpt. Great posability. It came with some great stuff, including this alternative head, which is just sculpted to perfection. Evil, absolutely evil. Definitely recommend you pick up the part 2 quarter scale Freddy, folks. I know they did part 3 Dream Warriors version, but I reckon this is the one to get, honestly. I do have part 1, part 2, part 3 7-inch figures now, but just one quarter scale from part 2 here. Beautiful work on his bladed glove as well. And of course, with it being the part 2 Freddy, you also get the alternative hand where they're just coming out of his fingertips. But a hell of a piece. Definitely deserves to be in the top 20. At number 9, Neca quarter scale ultimate, well no, he's not ultimate, is he? Neca quarter scale Freddy from part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Highly recommended. At number 8, it's the Ultimate Ash from Evil Dead 2. And please, Neca, I know you probably won't see this video, but make this figure in quarter scale and give us this head as the alternative second head. And then we can have, well, people will buy 2 of them. They'll buy 2 so they can have this version of Ash in quarter scale and the Deadite version. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. I don't know, maybe there's some kind of contract thing or something, I don't know. But that just seems like, why don't you do that? Make this figure right here in quarter scale with this alternative head sculpt so that we can have either look, and people will buy 2. I'll buy 2. You forget about it. I don't have the space, but I'll make it happen. For that, beautiful figures. Really captured that kind of panicked look on Bruce Campbell's face in part 2. Beautiful weathering, and then this head sculpt. I just had to buy 2 of them so I could do this right here, you know. These could be even higher in the top 20, really. But I absolutely love these 2 looks. And there you have it, folks. At number 8, Neca's Ultimate Ash from Evil Dead 2. Absolute classic. At number 7, it's the terrifying Spider Gremlin. From Gremlins 2, the new batch. And this is Stripe, once he took that little concoction there that they were working on in the laboratory He then transforms into this incredible creature. I'm not a massive fan of spiders, folks, I'll be honest with you, but I had to have this. I mean, it's an amazing moment in the movie when you see him like this for the first time, all to the musical stylings of Slayer, which is even better. But the articulation's fantastic in the legs. There's a lot of movement there, and you can move his jaw as usual, turn the head, and there's some torso movement, arm movement, wrist movement, and a nice little stand that he comes on. It's terrifying, it's awesome, and it's in the top 20. It's in the top 10. It's number 7, The Spider Gremlin by Neca. Absolutely horrifically awesome. Highly recommended. Oh, he goes for big bucks now as well. I'm trying to find his box. I wouldn't have thrown his box away, but I can't find it. But I was tempted to let him go because I saw how much he was going for on eBay and thought, well, I don't really have space for him. And, you know, as much as I love it, I don't see myself missing it too much. I mean, I've got so much other stuff to sort of tide me over. I don't really think this would be a heartbreaker, but I am very tempted to hang on to him for the long haul. It's just a beautiful piece, man. I mean, look at the paint. Beautiful colours on this. Check it out, all around it. Beautiful detail. Can't recommend this one enough. Oh, God, horrible. Even the legs. Get some focus happening on those. There you go. Look, they've even got kind of like hairy little spikes on them. Ugh. Right, enough of that. Number 7, Spider Gremlin, Gremlins 2 by Neca. Masterpiece. I want the bat version as well. I need to get the bat. At number 6, it's the quarter scale Catwoman, played by Michelle Pfeiffer from 1992's Batman Returns. And this is a stunning figure. She has very fragile nails. I'll say that. I broke the one off the thumb, and there's one in the middle there that's kind of on the verge. So I was very tempted to get a second one, but just to keep it mint, because it's such an amazing piece that will go down in history, surely, as one of the very best figures from the company. 2 head sculpts. This one obviously fully masked, and the other one with the hair sticking out from the end of the movie. But I couldn't change the pose. This is the pose I'm going to leave her in. It's just awesome. And she is an amazing figure. A really good movie as well. I love Batman Returns. It's a great Christmas one. Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Christopher Walken. Some great parts in that film. A really good likeness. And you can see the rips in the suit with the skin tone underneath. I mean, the posability is good enough to be able to pull off something like this. So there she is. Number 6, quarter scale Catwoman. Alright, we're getting to the top 5 now, folks. Things are getting spicy, and we have the Neca dog alien from Alien 3. This is amazing. I wish they would make this in quarter scale, because if you stand him upright as straight as you can, he would be huge in quarter scale, because this is a 7-inch scale figure, and when you stand him upright, he is surprisingly large. It's just very, very accurate, very posable, and beautiful for photography. You can have so much fun taking pictures of this figure because it just looks so real. You can't really see any joints apart from a couple of little joints there on his knee, but they allow you for such amazing posability. And that tail is really long. And I don't know why that made me think of Godzilla, but I still haven't got a Godzilla figure from Neca, and I keep wanting to get the Shin Godzilla because I think that's my favourite look. But he seems to be, I don't know, I keep looking at different versions. Sometimes I think it's not actually Neca I'm looking at, because there's quite a few Godzillas out there. But one of these days I will get one. I just have trouble deciding on which one, but I don't know why he made me think of Godzilla. They do call him a dragon in the movie, not that Godzilla's a dragon. Straying off topic here. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that, man. It's beautiful. It's absolutely incredible. Look at the detail on it. Absolutely stunning. Number 5. Top 5. He made it. And rightly so. The dog alien. From Alien 3. Look at the state of that thing. Check out the review for plenty more poses. At number 4, we have the quarter scale Batman Begins by Neca, and this turned out so good. Now I do have to confess, he does have a different belt on. I really couldn't be bothered to go taking off the belts and switching them around, so his belt has been swapped out for the Enterbay Batman belt. But the belt that came with him was very sufficient, it was just fine. They got the colour tone very correct, that more kind of bronze colour. I just like this slightly more high-end look to this belt because it's a compliment to the figure itself, because the figure was so well made and so well done. The proportions are so well done. The cape that they gave you is beautiful velvet-like material, or I guess it is velvet, but you know, it's just amazing. The articulation is so good. It's so good to have a Batman Begins figure that you can actually leave in an action pose. You can never really do that with the Hot Toys or Enterbay figures because they got rubber suits and they will take damage if you do that for too long. But this one being a fully plastic, apart from the cape, you know, sculpted piece, you can have the fists up by the head like he's about to, you know, go into battle. You can do all that good stuff. You can, you know, raise up the arm with the grapnel gun, have him look like he's about to shoot it into the air. Just an amazing piece. I really think they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this. And I was curious if they'd ever tackle the Dark Knight suit, but so far they have not. But this is my favourite suit ever anyway, Batman Begins. So I'm glad they did this one. And they really did it justice. Very accurate. Nice matte finish to the suit. More shine on the gauntlets. Beautiful velvet kind of cape. Great side profile on the cowl. Great likeness to Christian Bale underneath the cowl. And just amazing. So at number 4, the Neca quarter scale Batman from Batman Begins. At number 3, I'm going with Ultimate Chucky because he's just the ultimate Chucky. It's so accurate. You get 4 heads, so you can have this look with the stitched up look. You know, you only get the one body, so you've got to buy more than one, but I had to do it, man. And then you've got the, is that part 1 or part 2 head sculpt? But it works for either one, really. Obviously the interchangeable arm there with the knife. And then this one I remember from the end of part 3. And they also give you the good guy doll head. And the box within a box, the box that he comes in, has this box, which is all kind of flat and you have to put it together, but it's the right size if you want to have him set up like a good guy, and you can have him in there, or you can have him like a more evil Chucky, kind of trying to get out. So I've got spares of these. Maybe one day I'll do a cosplay Chris and make it look like he's busting out of the box with a knife or something. But I can't tell you enough, man. Honestly, this is a fantastic piece. Neca really did, you know, great justice to the character of Chucky. And beautiful paintwork, great posability, and all those different heads and weapons. I've got the packaging here from one of my spare ones. Just came with so much stuff. The ruler, baseball bats, hammers, knives, hands, all kinds of stuff. The ruler's actually missing. Or is it? No, it's not missing, but it's somewhere else. But I've got 3 of them, so it will be okay. But yeah, he had to be in the top 5. You know, I really think he's fantastic. And I enjoyed the TV show recently, I saw that. My favourite film is Child's Play 2, and then Child's Play 1. And yeah, man, he's just a great character, a lot of fun. So there you have it. Ultimate Chucky by Neca at number 3. At number 2, the Kessler Wolf from American Werewolf in London. And this was an incredible piece to finally get my hands on. I've always loved the movie. I've got a big thing for werewolves. I love a good werewolf movie. And getting this figure twice so that I could have a bloody version, which is this one here. I added the blood. There's a video on my YouTube channel showing me doing that. I'm telling you what I used to do it. Bloodied up his claws. But getting the figure in hand, I was finally able to get a really good look at the actual wolf itself from the movie, because you don't really get to see it too much in the film, not from all angles like this. So it was really interesting to be able to study this thing, and I found a newfound kind of terror for it, because before it was always just like a big hound from hell, and that's what it is, but when you look at it, you kind of see this kind of human-like on all fours form to it, and obviously it was, you know, human, and is in a way, but it's kind of horrific to look at, because that's David Kessler, you know, that's him in there. The awful, painful transformation to turn into this thing from the depths of hell. But that's what they saw, Jack and David, on the moors that night. That's what was looking at them, that's what was circling them, and that's what tore Jack to pieces. But Neca did an amazing job with this. Just absolutely killed it. So he had to be in the top 5. He was actually number 1 for a little while. I won't lie to you. He was number 1, but then I remembered something else and thought, nope, I'm going to have to put him at number 2. But he could easily be at number 1 because it's an absolutely stunning piece. But there he is at number 2, the Neca Kessler Wolf from American Werewolf in London. Absolutely essential. If you haven't seen the film, watch American Werewolf in London and then go get the figure and get it from Mad About Horror, because they got plenty. Alright folks, at number 1, I'm going to pan up and show you in a minute. Let a bit of anticipation sink in. What is it? What could it be? I don't know. I do know. I filmed it, but it is at number 1. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. Come on, forget about it. And I know you're probably thinking, well, you should only be filming one of these right now. Well, they've all basically got the same body, just with different head sculpts and different weapons and some slight different markings on the shell at the back sometimes. But, you know, I'm going to include them all because, man, I can't tell you. I was, I guess, 10 years old when this movie came out, and I had it on crappy pirate video. And because it's quite a dark film in general, I mean, literally dark, a lot of it's at night, and it's quite a dark movie. So having it on pirate video back in, what was it, 1989 or 1990, I forget now, I'd have to double check, but I was right about 10 years old, and I saw it a bunch of times on my crappy pirate video, and finally, you know, got it officially and got to just fully appreciate this film. I mean, I was full on Turtle Mania. I was right at the right age. I was there for it all. I remember the first kid in the playground at school who had a Raphael figure. Obviously nothing like this. It was those original Turtle figures that first came out. If you watch the Toys That Made Us on Netflix about the Turtles, you'll find out loads about that. Definitely worth a watch. But man, back when I was, I tell you, when I was a kid, when those first Turtle figures were coming out, if something like this existed back then, kids and all my friends and me, we would have just lost our minds. And we already lost our minds about the stuff we had back then, but this is ridiculous. They came out in quarter scale first, big quarter scale turtles just like this, and the thought was probably, you know, they might lose some detail on the shrunk down versions, but honestly, I had Raphael in quarter scale. I gave them away to a friend because they walked in the room and they'd never been here before, and that was the first thing they kind of looked at and freaked out about. So I don't know, I just instantly thought, well, I'll give it to them. Kind of regret it now, but I still have the little one here, thanks to Paolo, my buddy Paolo, who sent these along for a birthday a while back. Thank you, Paolo, if you're watching. I absolutely treasure these. They had to be at number 1. They are incredible. Every single one of these turtles looks exactly how it should. I mean, the head sculpts, the eyes, just the expression is absolutely perfect. I mean, look at Raphael. That is absolutely him from the film. Donatello, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And so is Michelangelo here as well. And Leonardo. Just love these figures, man. They are so photogenic. Check out my Instagram. You'll have to scroll down a fair bit, but I just had a blast photographing these. I put them in a diorama and did all kind of fun stuff. There's the video on YouTube as well. Type in D-Night333 Neca Turtles and it will come up. But number 1, absolutely amazing job from Neca. Couldn't have done it better. And a dream come true for so many people. They absolutely nailed it. It's ridiculous. I hope you've enjoyed this part 2, guys. In part 3 coming up will be the honourable mentions, and there's plenty of figures that I wanted to include in this top 20, but I just couldn't squeeze them in. And I will get to that in part 3, so stick around for that one coming up. drop a like on this video, leave me your comments, love to hear from you, and follow me on Instagram, DeanKnight333. And if you want to support the channel on Patreon, you can do so for as little as $1 a month. I'll go ahead and stick your name at the end of every video, just like the credits of a movie. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.